Good afternoon. My name is Tim Markle. I am Director of the Southern Regional Center for Children and Youth with Special Healthcare Needs. This is Conversations on Showing Up for Kids, the opportunity we have to talk about topics and items and interests and stuff that are of interest or of necessity to parents of children and youth with special healthcare needs. So I receive suggestions for different parents from the Southern Regional Center Advisory Group and from just my interaction with a number of people around the state. And I just invite them to come and have a conversation. And then we record it so that people can watch it when they're up at 1 a.m. because we have a lot of our parents who are up at 1 a.m. So we totally get that. So today I am really excited. I am talking to Amy Arndt. She is with Wisconsin Family Ties, which one of my favorite organizations. Went to a fundraiser that was held at one of the coolest places. So there was a fundraiser that they held at Harley Davidson. I mean, wow, what a cool place to have a fundraiser. So that was really cool. But I really enjoy the people that I get to see. I usually get to see them at their conference, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Amy, first of all, can you explain a little bit about what Wisconsin Family Ties is?
Yes, I sure can, Tim. And I just would like to thank you for having me on here. It's always enjoyable. We look forward to having you come to our conference and speak and present every year. Just a great group of people. So for those of you who don't know what Wisconsin Family Ties is, we've been around for 31 years. And actually the history kind of will bring you to where we are today. There was a group of parents that got together. They had their children had, different needs on different levels, some mental health issues, disabilities, behavioral, but they just didn't know where to turn. The systems are so complex, no matter if you're going through medical, the county, the school, your doctor, then you have your neighbor, your mother, your uncle, everybody under the sun telling you what you're doing wrong and what you should be doing different, but there was really no real support for them. Sitting in school meetings and feeling like everybody's looking at you like, hey, your kid's out of control in school, you must be doing something wrong, or you must be abusing him at home, or, what's going on? So they came together and decided to form Wisconsin Family Ties, which is one of the only parent-run organizations in the state of Wisconsin, which means everybody on our board of directors is a parent with a child with a unique disability, or as sometimes we'd like to call it, ability, a unique ability. Okay, so that is one place where we differ. So what we do, the terms have changed a little bit. Basically, we're an advocate, but we're called parent peer specialists. And the reason why I say that is most people know what an advocate is. However, when you come into a school setting or the county, and I'm here with mom and she says, this is my advocate, now they're nervous, they're on edge, they're feeling like, what's she doing here? They're going to file, there's complaints, or, something bad's not, going to happen. So we changed the name, and basically we are a lot of different things. We can kind of change with each family that's referred to us. So we are emotional support. We can mediate between county, state, school, doctor's offices. We can help get other providers in place. We can do just generally all different kinds of things. But the main piece that really makes us unique is we can provide that emotional support to the parents. So we don't work 8 to 5. Our hours vary because let's face it, what do crises happen between 8 and 5, Tim? Come on, do they?
I wish they did, because that seems to be when most of the professionals are working. And so if we could schedule those crises when our crisis managers were in their offices, it would be a lot easier.
It sure would. Friday at 5 just doesn't work. But no. And as the parents know, this is what happens. So we really can come and work in every department. I'm in Brown County, and I started off as just the local Brown County parent peer specialist. I'm now one of the parent peer specialist supervisors for the counties surrounding my area, and I'm also the special events director for the conference. But we do many different things. For instance, yesterday I was just in court with a mom who has gone through a whole significant, some legal issues because of her son, who has got some pretty high level disabilities. But I'm able to go to court with her. I was able to stand up and speak on her behalf, let the court know all the things that she's done, she's participated in. This mom also has a little bit lower level functioning herself. So I kind of mediate between the school and pretty much anywhere she goes or what she needs. She doesn't have any family, so she's able to call too and talk. And it took a long time to get to know her. So for us, it really depends on the family, as to what things are what they need, what their levels are. We work with CPS, foster care, youth justice, CST, CLTS, CCS, pretty much you name it. But
okay, so now I'm going to have to do a resource list just to explain all of those acronyms. Thank you so very much for putting those in there, Amy. Appreciate that.
And what that comes down to, just like with everything else, every county is different. So the contract where I'm at, it's more of a blanket. I can work with every department, but some of the other parent peer specialists in different counties, the family has to be in, say, CCS or the waiver, Children's Long-Term Support Waiver, in order to get funded for us. So we are a voluntary service as well, but we really can provide what parents need, because I've witnessed them, getting attacked in meetings or getting pointed at. And when you're there by yourself, and it wouldn't matter if your mom's next to you or your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, family member, you still feel that small. But we are able to empower the family and teach them through modeling how to be able to effectively communicate with people.
So beyond the lived experience, which is huge, of being a parent of yourself and experiencing some firsthand interaction with these systems and interaction with challenges that come with neurodiversity, when people's brains are just wired what we would say is a little different, which I've never seen a brain scan that's exactly the same as somebody else's brain scan. So I know we're all wired differently. It's just then a matter of degrees. And what's acceptably different and unacceptably different. Is there other training that your parent peer specialists go through before they're working in that position?
Yes, actually. So with our group, we have just a wide range of people on our staff right now. But there is a certified parent peer specialist training program that actually the state came to Wisconsin Family Ties, and we helped write the curriculum for this. So it's, I believe, 189 hours of training that you take, that we are doing. You have to take a test, and I can't remember how much supervision. So we do put a lot of time and effort into it. So, say a parent, and I know there's some of you out there right now that think you're never going to get through the spot that you're in, but I am here to tell you, you can do it.
Yes.
And you can. And one of the things that would empower you the most is doing what I'm able to do, and go out and stand next to somebody who's going through what you're going through right now and be able to help lift them up. So while we do have on the staff some social workers, we have a teacher, we have a PhD, we have simply parents as well. And who makes the best support people are the ones that are just simply the parent that came in, that did the training and have the lived experience. It's just phenomenal. So, and the training is free. I know we're redoing the curriculum right now, and as with everything, COVID put to a lot of stuff, and to sit through learning some of that stuff online is very, it's hard. Let's face it. I like Zoom. I like these podcasts and stuff like this for short bursts of time, but I'm not one that I could go for probably 8 hours a day. That's just me, but other people like it. Now, my daughter, she's a teenager. She wanted to do online school. She does great at it. She's getting straight A's, and me, I would be, off in a different land. So
yeah, I would be like, yeah, the cameras aren't, the computers aren't, I'm not there.
Right.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we also do all different kinds of training throughout the year, like most of what everybody else does, just your standard, HIPAA and just different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's important for the families that we work with to know is we are not the county. We are not the state, because a lot of times that's also a barrier. I mean, some of the ladies I work with at Brown County, they are just phenomenal caseworkers and will do anything for their family, but the families don't trust the counties coming in. So we're also able to buffer with that too. So a lot of training put forth. And again, I encourage everybody, once the training comes out, to keep monitoring Wisconsin Family Ties site or listen to Tim on the talk, and we'll let you know, because the training is free. The training is free.
If you let me know when it's updated and ready to go again, we will come on back here and we will talk about it. And we will get people connected to it. That would be fantastic. So you gave a great example of the ability to go in and advocate, partner with somebody in court. What other ways does Family Ties work with parents and families? Because not all families are led by parents.
Right, exactly. And again, I'll just kind of go back. It just depends on what they need. So it might be something as simple as a phone call at 7:00 at night that, Sally's doing this, or this happened at school today. I just don't know what to do. I need to unload. So, and that is huge. And we can do that also via texting too. So we're available with them via phone. We're not as strict as we have to have an appointment set up. They can contact us. We can contact the school. We can come in and help mediate through IEP, which is an individualized education plan. We can come in and take a look at different things and see if are the right supports put in place. If they're not, well, hey, we need to come in, and we will come and go and stand next to the parent or guardian, because there's a lot of guardians out there, not just the parent, through whatever they need. So it basically starts, we develop a relationship with them, and we, are we clicking? Are we not clicking? And then we just kind of go from there as to what different aspects that they need, because not every child, there's not a cookie cutter for children, as we know. So, I have a caseload of 12 families, and every single one is different. But I can tell you also, some of the families I've had, after talking with the parent, and one was talking with the grandma, there's other children in the family that needed assistance or help too. So it just kind of spirals. So it's really nice that we're able to do this, and we don't take on, we call them families, we don't call them clients. So they are families. So we don't take on a lot of families that we're not going to be able to provide, enough support that they need. One family may need to work with me 10 to 15 hours a week. And while you might think, wow, for what some of these families are going through, that is not wow. It could be 40 hours a week. So it's really individualized as to what everybody needs.
And anybody in Wisconsin who has a child who's experiencing a mental health challenge, are they able to get in touch with you to see if this may be a fit as another tool of support that they might have?
They definitely can. They need to go to wisconsinfamilyties.org. So that's just WIFamilyties.org, and contact our connections coordinator. There is a number online, and she will put you in touch with whatever county you're in, whoever is in that area. So definitely reach out.
Absolutely. Now, so that's just a little, we could talk Family Ties, and we could talk the parents that you have helped all day, and
all day.
The families that you have helped all day. And I've had the opportunity through attending events, but also through attending the Children Come First conference, to meet some of the families, to meet different members of some of those families. And it's been a fantastic experience for me. And I love attending. I love presenting. I love exhibiting there. You guys know, if you forget to invite me, I show up and I camp outside the door. So, that's, I love that conference. People have to remind, you really do have to formally sign up again. You know that, Tim, right?
Okay, you're having a booth again this year, right,
okay,
Tim?
Yeah, of course I am.
Are.
I'm sorry. I forgot the paperwork. So What is the Children Come First Conference?
So the Children Come First Conference actually started to really when Wisconsin Family Ties did. It's in its 31st year now. And it started with a collaboration between a couple different state departments. And I'm off the top of my head, because I wish I knew about Wisconsin Family Ties when I was having the significant issues with my son, but I did not know about them. I really know who the collaboration was, but it ended up being that Wisconsin Family Ties stayed on. We are the ones that promote and produce the events, and now we maintain it and run it. And it's basically for anybody who is working with, caring for, has a child, is a guardian, has a family member of a child with special needs or disability, to come forth, learn what's going on, and really get the support you need. Network with other people who are going through the same thing that you are. We have this year 37 different workshops going on. We have 3 national keynote speakers, and we really try to gear our speakers to all different types of levels. That, hey, maybe you're just starting out, you don't know, maybe there's somebody who's been through this with their child, and maybe their child's not even there and they just miss coming in, but they're really on a different level. Because an IEP, for example, you pretty much need a PhD to really know what the rules are for special education, and they change all the time. So what we have every year, we have Amy Polson, who works for Wisconsin Family Ties, and Phyllis Greenberg, who works for Disability Rights Wisconsin. They come every year and they put on a workshop about IEPs, and special education, which is on beginner level. So everybody can utilize something like that. So really it's coming forth, getting to know people, finding resources, because we have exhibitors that come. We have some wonderful presenters. I don't know, there might be a father-son team coming this year. I don't know if you know what that could be.
That would be really interesting to hear from the young adult's perspective, as well as then the parents' perspective of what they went through at the same time that the young adult was going through it. That would be really interesting. I think I'll show up to that one.
I think you should.
I will. I'll be there. I promise.
So with that being said, we have something similar. Somebody that actually I worked with. And when I first started, I really thought, wow, the first time I met this worker and this young man and the mother, I had spoke to the mom on the phone many times, but I met them in court. I walked into court to the juvenile justice worker and the mother screaming at each other, and there's the young man just sitting there. And, of course, I go over to the young man and I say, are you nervous? Or you said, no, he's finding this completely funny. It's what's going on here. To make a long story short, in this journey, I never in a million years, 4 years, would have thought that this caseworker and this young man would be telling their story together. And this story really has a lot of ups and downs, and something that you never would have thought they got through it. And, through the work of Wisconsin Family Ties, I was able to come in and mediate between all the parties. And it really comes to the end. What if reunification is not possible? What happens then? Where do we go? So I think that's just going to be a phenomenal story. And I'm really looking forward to you, Tim, and Hunter, your son, coming as well. I'm going to give you a plug. I know you didn't say his name, but I'm looking forward to that.
We will be there.
And I think for everybody that doesn't know this either out there, we are doing a live stream this year. So this is the first time we're doing this. So this is making me a little nerve-wracked, a lot to do, a lot of thinking, but I'm confident it'll be fine. But it's also going to be recorded. So I'm really excited about that, because as a person, who's putting on the conference, I don't get to see everything I want to see. I'm reading the descriptions and I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I can't wait to sit and listen. I don't get a chance to. And there's probably a lot of people you don't know which one you want to go to. So it'll be recorded and people will be able to go back and listen to what's going on. So a lot of different things. Come get away, learn some more resources, learn what's new out there, meet some people in your area. A lot of people will come to this conference and they didn't even know about Wisconsin Family Ties. They just knew Children.
Another conference. Yep.
When I first was hired, that was amazing to me that I'm like, well, this is, Wisconsin Family Ties puts this on. They're like, really? So it's the Children Come First conference is very well known. So we've been able to connect a lot of people there as well. Tim, in the state of Wisconsin, there is a stat that the amount of children with undiagnosed and on not treatable mental health illnesses will fill Lambeau Field.
Mm-hmm.
So that is huge. That's significant. And I think just getting together and people talking about stuff, and the more people we can get involved, exhibiting, coming, speaking to help get the stigma removed, and just really do a lot more networking, meeting people and talking. And that's how you get things taken care of, is talking and just learning more information and trying to put it in place. And we're here to support you while you're doing that.
That's fantastic. And this year, 2021, just in case someone is looking at this in a time capsule 20 years from now, we're looking at November 15th and 16th of this year. And there is an in-person option at the Kalahari, but like you said, there is also a streaming option. And so people are not quite ready to engage in the world around, which for various reasons, there can be that. Feel free. I put the link to the conference page in the chat. Please check that out. I would love to see you there. Come up, say hi to Amy. Come up, say hi to me. Say, hey, heard you on that conversations thing with the too long name to remember. Yes, that's mine. Yes, if it's a long name, can't remember it, I probably came up with it. But I also want to just go back to something that you said, Amy, about the conference, about the families that you work with, because there really is something there. It's not magic, but there is something that happens when a family is able to express where they're at, to talk about their struggles in a safe environment where they're not going to be judged. And they understand there's we don't live in Hogwarts. There's no magic spells that are going to make things better and go away, but somebody who can empathize, somebody who will listen with caring, that just really makes a difference in families' lives. It's not always the, find me another grant. It's listen to me, please. Just because sometimes just by talking about our struggles, new solutions come into our brains. And that's a really cool opportunity that you guys give to families.
Tim, it is awesome. And watching somebody come forth and all of a sudden feel empowered, and you look at the journey that you started with them, and it could be maybe a month, it could be maybe they're with for 2 years, 3 years, just to see the huge change. I recently had a mom who's coming to the conference. It'll be the first year that she's coming. She was talking to one of the county workers she had worked with maybe 3-4 years ago, and they said, wow, you've changed a lot. She's able to, just talk and not so nervous. And she did say, she said, it's because I had Amy. She taught me how to do this. And she said, and she didn't come in and judge. And we never come in and tell families what they should do or what they shouldn't do. Because, there's many times where, a family might want to try this, or they're doing this. And, in my mind, I'm thinking, boy, I wouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. We don't do that. We just support them and to whatever journey we may be able to give them suggestions. But she did say, no matter what, Amy was able to come in and sit non-judgmental, no matter where we were, with the county, with anybody. And she said she was able to break things down after the meetings for me, because everything gets scrambled where they're so nervous. And she's able to break things down and explain it to me. And then I was able to make my own opinion, and that made the biggest difference in the world. So I think, when we talk about empowering, it's really more about being able to explain things that have happened. It could be a simple 10-minute conversation, and the parent, is so worried or nervous or something happened that it kind of went right over their head. And where we can remember that, and we can sit down and kind of break it down with them. So it's wonderful, it's powerful, and I am just so happy I found this organization to be able to empower parents and have the conference and meet some great people like you, Tim, that, I just think it's, life is good right now.
I totally agree. And one of the things that makes it good is what you reminded me of is this whole, we talk a lot about supported decision-making. Who gets to make the decision? Mm-hmm. And it's not a matter of wanting to take that decision-making away from anybody, but we want to make sure they are understanding all of their options, understanding what people are saying, understanding the different outcomes that might occur so that they can make the best decision for themselves. It's like you said, a lot of times parents are in meetings and there's 1,000 things getting thrown at them and they don't catch the most important one. And so they make a decision without having that key piece of information because there's so much information. Mm-hmm. And so having somebody else there who will say, but don't forget they said this, can be key to making the best decision for a family possible. So that's a fantastic service.
It sure can. And I would like to also mention too, we typically offer some scholarships for the conference. So I do have a couple scholarships available. One thing that is different this year that I didn't mention before is we have a youth track normally. So there's kids that can come in and we have different presenters come, things geared towards them. And we were really looking forward to having it at the Kalahari. So we were going to be able to let them go in the afternoon, play bowling, do the roller coaster. I had a group come in where you're going to break the older kids and the younger kids down. So COVID really, really put a damper on this one, but just for safety reasons, is because a lot of these kids, they're not of the age that can be vaccinated nor can they wear a mask. So we just decided for this year, we were going to have to cancel the youth track, and we are really looking forward to it in 2022. So anybody that would come for the scholarship, they would just need to know that the youth track is not there. So there will be, nowhere for the kids to go, but definitely you email me at amy.a@wisconsinfamilyties.org.
I can't type today.
That's all right.
Okay. And did you say wisconsinfamilyties.org?
Yep, just WI. Yep.
Okay. Amy A. at wifamilyties.org. Mm-hmm. And that's for if you're interested in talking scholarship.
Right on.
Okay. We got that in there, and I'll put that into the notes as well for people that watch it before the conference. All right. Any final words that you would like to let people know about Wisconsin Family Ties, Children Come First Conference?
Come visit us. Give us a call. Get involved. We definitely love to hear from you. Look forward to seeing you at the conference. And again, if you're not ready and willing this yet to be out and about, that's not a problem. We have live stream, but we look forward to seeing you next year as well. We will have some COVID policies put in place because we're very mindful of everybody's safety. So people will have to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test. We will have some rapid tests available there too, because my husband, while he did get vaccinated, I asked him a day later, "Where's your card?" It's gone. It's gone. So we know that there's going to be things that are going to happen, or people are not going to want to do it. And we're not swaying anybody one way or the other, so we want to make sure we have the opportunity that if somebody comes in, they forget something or they don't have it, we have the opportunity to, hey, here you go, we can move on. We just ask that if anybody's not feeling good, unless you're like me, where you have allergies, all year round. And if anybody asks you if you have symptoms, well, yes, I do. I have it. I've even had it before COVID was here. So
for about 20 years, I've had these symptoms. Yeah.
So just monitor everything. And I know everybody, really, we've been through this. This is not something new. So everybody kind of knows the rules as to what's going forth, but really get in touch if you need some help. Even if you just need somebody to talk to, our connections coordinator's name is Jackie. She's lovely to speak with. And we're located again throughout the state of Wisconsin. So give us a call if you need some help, or come learn with us.
And I think the one thing that I do that was in the back of my head is you mentioned working with the county, working with these different programs where there may be funding streams to help support the parent peer specialist support family ties. But if somebody doesn't have any of those funding streams and they're not connected to those programs, can they still call you?
Yes, they can still call. Our funding kind of, as with everybody else, comes and goes. We have some different grants and stuff right now, but the easiest way too is CST. We work with, which is a strength-based program that really comes to, lift families up. So we will speak with them. We might, introduce them to the CST coordinator in their area too, just to kind of see if there's something that they, would work, or they have other service providers as well that they might be thinking of. But definitely don't let funding be a worry somewhere. If you're not in a county program, just give us a call and we'll find a way to make it happen.
Fantastic. That's the attitude that I love. We'll find a way to make it happen. We will help as much as we can help.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, Amy. Appreciate everything that you're doing. Looking forward to seeing you and the team in November, along with my son, Hunter. We're attending the Self-Determination Conference together right now. So I'm right in two conferences. I'm in two places at once. It's really so cool.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that too.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm signed up for that one as well. So
I'm going to go join him.
Yeah.
Back to the Self-Determination Conference. Really, really appreciate your time.
Yeah,
and great. Appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I'll let you know when all this is ready to go. So thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tim. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
You too.